Good morning, guys. Sorry about the ending on the last video. Yeah, I was tired, so I thought about it. It's not like I went to bed forgetting it. I just was really tired, and it's like I'm not gonna be able to edit the video right now. So, yeah, sorry. But now I'm gonna make some pancakes and some eggs. When Tom originally mentioned breakfast to me, he was thinking about going out, and it's like, dude, I haven't made pancakes in a while. Let me just make pancakes and eggs. We'll have breakfast. I don't mind cooking. I like cooking. So I want to make some of that. For the I, Frankenstein movie, it was really good. I did enjoy it. Like I said before, the plot was good. The actors were good. It was easy to follow. Yes, it's predictable, but come on, what movie nowadays isn't predictable? So, but I liked it. It's like I really did enjoy it. Yes, it was an interesting take. Gargoyles are beings of light here to protect people, and demons are their enemies, trying to kill people. But it was good. I enjoyed it, and it incorporated Frankenstein's monster into it well. So, yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's not one of those that I'm saying you need to go out now and watch it, you can't miss this movie. I'm just saying it's a good movie. I think you would enjoy it, and you should watch it. But yeah, I'm going to start cooking pancakes. If you notice, the lighting is different in here. No longer yellow. We switched to a bulb that is supposed to have daylight sort of look to it, so it gives more of a white look. And it kind of creeps Tom out. Because he's not used to it, and he doesn't like change. But, okay, so I'm going to start cooking. Hey, update on the pancakes. They're looking good. And the first one didn't burn crispy this time. I have the third one in the pan. It's getting nice and warm and starting to fluff up, so that's good. I have no idea if we're going to watch anything while we eat breakfast. We usually do, but what we're going to watch, I don't know. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have changed my YouTube channel up a little bit. I actually put some playlists on there so you guys can watch things by the month. So if you guys want to watch all of that I did for December and then all I did for January, I can't believe I've actually been vlogging for over a month now. I actually have done a complete month of vlogging. I did all of January. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of a milestone for me, and I like it. I hope you guys are enjoying them. At least I think you guys are enjoying them. I haven't lost any subscribers. I'd like to gain more subscribers, just because I like showing my stuff off. And that's not bad. Sorry. But yeah. I put the playlists on there. I'm going to continue doing them. January's playlist will be done as soon as my last video is uploaded. I actually have them going in order from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, so you can actually watch the entire month all the way through from the 1st to the 31st. So that should be good. If you guys like that, let me know. Have any other suggestions for playlists, let me know. I'm going to try to do some extra things here and there this month. Make videos that are more than just my vlog. Like I mentioned, I'm going to try to get Caitlin and Christiana in on some stuff. My pancake's ready to flip, so I'm going to go. Well, pancakes are done. Did 4 this time, so yay, getting better at the numbers. And I got 1 egg done and 1 egg cooking. And then we're going to watch Game of Thrones Season 2. Don't know, I think we're on the 2nd disc, aren't we?
I have no idea.
I don't know, we're on one of the discs. So we'll just continue on watching it. That way we're ready for when Season 3 comes out on DVD and we can be watching it. 2 to 3 days of our lives, gone. But you know what? It's worth it because it's Game of Thrones. But I gotta get back to my eggs now. Well, food is done. Game of Thrones is playing. Yeah. Apparently we're still on disc 1, so we've already watched through it like 2 times before, but does that really change? We still want to watch it. It's still good. But, yep. Time for pancakes, eggs, and Game of Thrones. Well, it is now almost 4:30, so I'm ready for work. Tried to find a new tie yesterday at JCPenney's, or a bow tie possibly even too, but they didn't have anything that was the right green And since I'm trying to go with green, they had some nice shirts there, but I didn't want to spend $25 or more for a dress shirt, since I'm only going to be using it for tax season. But I just need to find something at like Walmart or something for maybe $20 at most. So, gonna see if I can find some new shirts so I'm not just wearing light blue and white all the time. Try to find maybe a gray or a green to go with it. But yeah, heading to work. I only work till 9 o'clock, so it's a 4-hour shift. This is going to be one of the shortest shifts I've ever had. And then I'm coming home. Tom's going to be cooking. I'm going to try to talk him into recording while he cooks, but who knows. But yeah, that's what's going on so far today. I'll see you guys when I get done with work.
Okay, so I'm making arroz con pollo tonight, and for that I need to make sofrito. Unfortunately, I couldn't find cilantro, and it's not that big of a thing, so I'm substituting with basil. You can see the basil. So you need onions, green peppers. I'm using roasted yellow peppers, and I like adding tomatoes just for color and flavor and things. And then what you do is you basically just chop it all up in a food processor to get started with. There's no cooking involved. It's just a spice mix, basically, that you add to a lot of Mexican and Cuban cooking. So, here we go. What you basically do is add a small bit of each one of the 4 things, plus the basil, each time, so you're not making one big batch. Okay, so you load up your food processor with a batch, and then you puree the hell out of it. But you don't want it soupy, you want it chunky still. Kind of like salsa-ish. Kind of like that. So it's basically a pureed salsa. Let me get some on here. And you can see all the bits in it and stuff. And what you do is, well, what I'm doing is, I make a batch, I put it in a bowl, I make a batch, I put it in the bowl, and then I add the basil to the whole thing later. Okay, so this is all the ingredients chopped up and put into a bowl. So this is 2 bell peppers, 2 yellow peppers, a small can of diced tomatoes, and a whole white onion. Normally you would have a lot more like cilantro or basil or whatever to this. So I'm going to add about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of basil to add to it to give it some spice. So once I have the basil in, and you can basically add basil to taste because you have a lot of strong flavors like onions and the peppers and things like that. So add as much basil as you feel necessary. You can also add things like cilantro. I've heard oregano, but that's up to you. Once you're done, hold out how much ever you need for what you're cooking tonight. Like I'm going to do arroz con pollo, so I'll probably hold out about a cup or something. But other than that, you can store it in ice cube trays. You basically just fill up the ice cube trays, wrap it in a couple layers of cellophane wrapping, and then freeze it. And once they're frozen, pop them out of the trays, put them in Ziploc baggies, and store them forever. The idea basically is that you pull out 1 cube per cup of rice. A lot of Puerto Rican and Mexican cooking will involve rice, so that's the basic idea. So if you're doing chicken and rice or pork and rice or whatever else, just grab 1 little cubelet. Okay, I've gone ahead and cubed up all of the sofrito mix that I've got. I use 2 layers of the clear cling wrap stuff, so that way it won't get damaged in the freezer. And you can also put this like in just a Tupperware tub, and it'll last about a week. And I know I'm probably going to cook with whatever's left over between now and whenever. So it's good to have around. Just add it to basically anything. Okay, next up, arroz con pollo. Ish. Okay, so it's about 8 o'clock, and Josh gets off in an hour, so I'm going to go ahead and start cooking the arroz con pollo. Basically, I've got 2 chicken breasts already cut up and seasoned with adobo. 2 cups of rice, a yellow pepper, a red pepper, the sofrito mix. You can see that because of the dark. a box of chicken broth, and a little bit of olive oil. And I've got my big old pan on warm, and should be good to go in a few seconds. Okay, so I have a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of the pan, barely even, just enough to cover the bottom, and I'm adding the chicken. Now the first step is to brown the chicken up nice and good, and then we'll add the other bits. Okay, so I've got the chicken on medium because our stove is power by the fires of hell, and the chicken's going along pretty nicely. We want to saute the chicken, get everything turning nice and brown. I mean, because once we actually add like the rice and everything else, the chicken will keep cooking while the rice does. This is just to help things get started. And I think we're good to go ahead and add the sofrito. So, this is about a cup of sofrito. Basically, it would be 2 cubes per, or a cube per thing of rice. I'm adding a little more because I like the taste of it. And you stir it in. Oh my god, it smells awesome. Okay, gotta let this cook for a while, and we'll come back to it. So we'll cover it up and let it cook. Okay, the chicken is doing pretty good. So we'll go ahead and add the peppers in now. Now, I know I've got yellow peppers in with the sofrito mix. This is more for color and texture. Because it's big strings of stuff. Especially gives you like actually something to eat within the stuff other than just rice. That was the one problem with Arroz con Pollo. It's very ricey, but you know, you can add some other stuff to it. Add some other stuff to it. Okay. Let this cook up a bit. Okay, so the peppers are nice and cooked now. I want to add my rice and stir it in for a little bit. Hopefully get some of all the juices and stuff on the rice. So this is 2 cups of rice, brown rice. You want to stir the rice around first. One of the good things about Arroz con Pollo, it's all one pot. You don't have to have a rice cooker or anything else. It's just all one pot. So you stir the rice around. Get it all nice and incorporated. There. That looks awesome. And then you add chicken broth. I'm using the Fit and Active chicken broth. For 2 cups of rice, you would add 4 cups of liquid, which is 1 box. Okay, so give this a stir. Okay, so all the rice is covered. The chicken and the peppers are cooked. So now we just have to wait for the rice. So we cover this up for a while. And I've got 40 minutes until Josh gets home. So here we go. Check back in a second. And while I wait for the cooking to do its thing, I'm watching Rent on Netflix. I have no idea why. Haven't seen the movie in forever, but it seemed like something to do. You know, fixing Arroz con Pollo, making something bohemian. It's a thing. Later. Okay, the rice has been cooking for about a half an hour, give or take. I pulled it off the heat, and now I'm going to let it sit because I want it to fluff up and soak up some of the moisture. As you can see, The rice is cooked really nicely. The chicken's there. The peppers. So now it just needs to thicken up a little bit, and we're all good. Okay, so this is the Arroz con Pollo. Once it's had time to set up and stuff, there's a little bit of moisture still in the rice, but that's fine. It's like a gravy almost. Peppers turned out good. Chicken's all good. Nice seasons. You could add other things to it as well. I'm not really sure what you'd add to it, but looks good. Can't wait to eat it. But I'm waiting for Josh. So there you go. Bye.
Well, good evening, everyone. Tom's rice chicken stuff turned out really good. I enjoyed it. The rice wasn't cooked completely, but it was still good. And it's not his fault because we were using brown rice instead of white, and the recipe usually uses white, so it's a little bit harder to work with. But we think we got it figured out. Work was good. I worked 4 hours and had 3 clients, and one of the clients lasted about an hour and a half to get done. But it was good. The customers were happy with everything, and they were happy with me, happy with their returns, so that's always good. But I am now bushed, and I have to be at work at noon tomorrow, so I'm going to bed. We watched some Game of Thrones Season 2 while we ate, and then just kind of crashed and watched more, so. But yeah, this video will be uploaded a little late, but you'll know that because you'll be watching it probably a little later. Oh, soda burp. But yeah, I'm heading to bed. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave comments, ask questions. I do like reading them, and I do like answering them. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.